For over 8 years, the regime in Yaoundé has clung to the narrative of a crisis in the southern Cameroons, dismissing the full-blown war that they themselves declared. But the question remains, do crises rack up the kind of staggering casualties that Cameroon's military has endured in Ambazonia? The answer lies in the battlefield, where Ambazonian fighters, poorly funded and barely equipped, continue to defy the might of a state-sponsored army in a spectacular fashion. The latest chapter of this humiliating saga unfolded in Agua, Akwaya local government area in Manu County, in Ambazonia, of course, where 7 soldiers of the Cameroon army met their gruesome fate in an ambush. The Ambazonia Liberation Fighters executed their operation with the precision of seasoned guerrilla warriors, proving once again that conventional armies are no match for the unpredictable and decentralized tactics of a determined resistance. The ambush in Agua is not an isolated event. It is emblematic of the Ambazonian fighters' ability to adapt, to innovate, and strike where their adversaries less expect. Operating as a guerrilla force, these fighters have turned the dense forest, rugged their terrains, and hidden pathways of Ambazonia into their greatest allies. The Cameroon military, despite setting up clandestine barracks, camps, military camps across Ambazonia in an attempt to stamp out the insurgency, has found itself repeatedly outmaneuvered and outwitted. In the Agua incident, the Cameroon soldiers were not only killed, but humiliated in death, a message to their oppressors that Ambazonia will not be subdued. Stripped of their uniforms and weapons, their bodies were left exposed to the elements, a stark reminder of their failure. The Ambazonian fighters, despite lacking the resources of a conventional army, have demonstrated the uncanny ability to execute operations with devastating impact or effect. For years, ladies and gentlemen, Cameroon's leadership has refused to acknowledge the nature of the war they are fighting. The guerrilla war cannot be won with brute force alone. It requires an understanding of the socio-political realities that fuel the resistance. Yet, Cameroon persists in its denial, sending waves of soldiers into a battlefield where they are unprepared for the unconventional strategies of the Ambazonian restoration fighters. This war has exposed the cracks in Cameroon's military machine. Despite boasting superior weaponry, training, and logistics, the Cameroon army has been repeatedly outsmarted by a force driven by sheer determination and the dream of independence. Every ambush, every casualty is a testament to the resilience and ingenuity of the Ambazonian people. The Ambazonian fighters deserve recognition for their courage and strategic brilliance. These are individuals who, against all odds, have stood up to a powerful state, a brutal one in that matter, transforming their communities into strongholds of resistance. They have shown that victory is not determined by resources alone, but by the indomitable spirit of those who refuse to bow to oppression. In Agua and countless other locations in Ambazonia, They have sent a clear message. Ambazonia cannot, and will not be defeated. The bravery and tactical smartness of these fighters continue to redefine the dynamics of this conflict, exposing Cameroon's inability to adapt and its unwillingness to confront the truth. How many more ambushes, how many more humiliations will it take for Cameroon to admit that it cannot win this war? The persistence of Ambazonia's resistance is proof that the tide cannot be turned by force. It is time for Cameroon to abandon its illusions of conquest and acknowledge the undeniable. The people of Ambazonia will never surrender their quest for freedom. This war is not just a military conflict, it is a battle of wills, a clash between oppression and the unyielding desire for self-determination. The longer Cameroon refuses to face reality, the greater the toll will be, not just on its soldiers, but on its credibility as a nation. The ambush in Akwa is yet another reminder of Ambazonia's resilience and Cameroon's futility. The time has come for the world to recognize the bravery of the Ambazonian fighters and question the senseless of a war that Cameroon cannot win.